Welcome Pisces to Spiritual Rebirth Tarot. This is Madelyn, and today we'll be doing the weekly reading for October 18 through 24. And thank you for coming to the channel. So nice to have you here. And here at Spiritual Rebirth Tarot, we are really trying to help people have more hope and healing in their lives, and to take a look at their spiritual journey for the week. So as we do that, this is a general reading, so it will resonate with some of you more than others. And if it doesn't start to resonate, feel free to take a look at some of the other videos in the collection for the week, maybe something that even resonates more with you. And as we go along, please like and subscribe to the channel and share, and then also hit the notification bell so that every week you can get some new videos that are coming out. So today I would like to start with the animal deck, the spirit animals with Colette Reid, and let's start by asking for guidance. So I'd like to begin with a couple of cards from the Animal Oracle deck. And as we look at this week, there are a lot of crazy things that are happening, especially the retrograde here on the 13th. We're less than a month away from the US elections. And I'm not much on politics or history or news in the world, but I can only imagine there are a lot of things going on everywhere, as there usually are. So the retrograde will definitely help us do a lot of introspection for our emotional side with the Scorpio, with it being in Scorpio. So Pisces, let's take a look. So this will put some Reiki energy in the deck, and we're looking for the cards that will work best for this reading. Okay, the first is the mouse. And the mouse comes to us as number 40, which is the 4. And it says, tend to the small things. So sometimes, you know, when we're looking at life, some of the smaller things are really the things that we need to be focused on at this time. And then the otter, you are never alone. So you're never alone. You know, I read that somewhere the other day too. You're never alone. And I was like, you know, as an introvert, sometimes it's nice to be alone. Oh yeah, it was the a Sky Father from the Ancestors and Angels and Ancestors deck. So, you know, the angels are ever present. You know, the divine source is ever present. You're not alone because there's me, myself, and I. So on the one hand, you are never alone. So even if you're feeling super lonely, know that you can call on any of the angels to come and give you comfort and assurance and anything that you need. At the same time, I know that you will be given the ability to go apart and have the things that you need in life. So this is 2 otter together and a heart. See the 2 otter there and a heart. So and one of them has more painting on his face than the other. They both have some feathers and painting, kind of like a Native American feel. Otter Well, there's a couple different kinds of otter. There are the ones that live in the ocean, and then the otter that live in the river. And I really love both of them. River otters are so much fun to watch while they're playing. So the otter spirit from the river would come and tell you, you know, have fun, enjoy play, you know, get out there and see how much playing you can do. And then I'm thinking of the otter in the ocean and how good of a parent it is. You know, how nice of a parent to its offspring. And it likes to go around and break things on its belly and things like that. So then thinking of the mouse, these are both mammals. The mouse is really going to be staying away from the water. It doesn't really come near the water. It's a very normal, everyday part of real life. You know, you don't really think about it, but mice, you know, they kind of flit around quite happy in their little lives. Obviously, we have to be careful they don't carry diseases. Nowadays, most of the diseases they carry are something that we can easily treat. But we always have to be careful with that. But, you know, tend to the small things. So there are many little things in life that it's easy to not have to do, not want to do, like dishes, you know. So one thing that will help with things like that is putting yourself in a mindfulness state. So you're thinking about being mindful at that time. All right, and then let's take a look at the chakra for this time period. Okay, so these are the chakra cards, and so let's pick a chakra for this week, October 18 through 24. So let's have some guidance on that. Is abundance, number 8. So it's 4, 6, and 8. Abundance, it comes to us, it is the root chakra, the red. The root chakra is about grounding, family, security, spending time meditating on the color red, wearing red, thinking about red, having, eating red food. Abundance. Abundance is a word that we use a lot. Another word you might use is prosperity, to have abundance in your life, prosperity. The cool thing about abundance is, you know, like the other day I was sitting outside and all around me, everywhere, there were ants. It's not too great in a way if they start climbing on you. But they didn't seem to be coming up onto the blanket, so they were just kind of all around the blanket. But abundance of ants everywhere. They're a really good example of the universe is abundant. And we can look to that abundance. Okay, so I'm going to start with the tarot, the Smith-Waite. So down below, I have all the decks that I use in the notes. So, and we were talking a little bit about, you know, being Mercury retrograde, and you can take a look at some of what that means. Certainly a lot of things go haywire. Made my makeup just not work today, so I just took it off. Anyway, a lot of things kind of like go misstep, and I did do a little reading for the time, for the 3 weeks of the Mercury retrograde when it's in Mars retrograde, and it's more reading for the people who are watching, just having to do with some things that you can focus on during those 3 weeks. All right, so let's take a look at the energies for this week, Pisces. We have the Hierophant in the center. and the Judgment for your base. Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles goes over here for the benefit. So the card that benefits you. And then up in your crown is the Emperor. So we have the Emperor, the Hierophant, and Judgment. So this is a lot of major arcana. And then the Queen of Pentacles. And then our outcome for this week is the Nine of Cups. And underneath the deck, we have the Ten of Swords, Nine of Swords, and Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So the things underneath the deck are Pisces, or things you may not be thinking about, kind of like those moon things, the soul things, the emotions inside that'll be coming out from your subconscious during the week that you may not know about. So there's the 10 and 9 of Swords, which, you know, both have to do with, you know, feelings of sadness and despair and despondency and those kind of things. And then the 8, which we have the 8 abundance here, and then we have the 8 card here, and it was 10, 9, 8. So it's kind of a progression in the opposite direction. So it could be that, you know, you're coming to the end of the cycle of pain and discomfort, but as you do that, you're kind of feeling discouraged or depressed about it. It could also be that this card is leaning more toward the, you know, answers in your dreams. So that, you know, as you're coming to the end of a time where you're having a lot of difficulties you've had to deal with, some of the answers will be coming up in your dreams. And as those answers come up, you'll be led to some kind of work that is more what you really enjoy. So the Hierophant in the center comes to you and says that this week is going to be a lot about structure, organization, and kind of, I think, kind of those little things, because the 4, it's, you know, the 4 is also with the structure is with, you know, the Hierophant is the 5. Because it can, while it is very, you know, structured in, you know, being part of the government and the church and all those kind of things, it also can indicate a big change in your life. So that's why it's a 5. But I think, from my perspective, but the mouse being the 4 is bringing in that structure aspect. You know, the tending to the smaller things. So I think the easiest way to deal with these bigger issues that are coming from, you know, government, church, big business, some of the larger places, the way to work with that is to tend to your smaller things. So there may be some little things that'll help make the bigger result. And so as that happens, the thing that's going to be kind of your foundation, it's kind of like in the past, or the grounding that we're talking about, you know, kind of like the grounded type thing is the, you know, the resurrection, the rebirth, the renewal. You know, it's like noticing that the angel's wings have a lot of red in them as well. And, you know, there's the families on here. And so there may have something to do with your family that you're having to deal with, or you have dealt with recently, that has kind of put you into a new situation. And as you know, so you're dealing with the church, the government, and the family. That's some pretty big challenges. And the thing that will benefit you is really being a strong leader and knowing that the abundance is there for you. You know, there's a lot of people that may look at what you're doing or how you're doing it, and they may not be totally happy about it. And they might think it's not really the way it should be done. But Pisces, you know, you have to be following your heart. And, you know, there comes a time when you may have to say to someone, let's agree to disagree and move on. It might be with your family. Right now, when I think of government, I think of everybody getting to fight over the election and all that kind of stuff. And there might be a time when you just say, you know, let's agree to disagree and move on. And so I think the Queen of Pentacles is able to be the bigger person in these situations, because, you know, she has all of these skills and these abilities. And, you know, if the people around her are acting like, you know, pages and knights, you know, and they don't see the whole picture, or they're kind of in a younger perspective on life, mentally, you know, that's okay, because she has the strength that she needs to be able to set her boundaries and say, you know, this is where I need help and this is where I don't. And in the crown chakra, the crowning, the mental state, we have the Emperor. So that's a really great, it's a number 4. So we have, you know, 4, 5, and 20. Anyway, 4, 5, 8, 4 times 5 is 20. That's funny. It's Emperor, 4, Hierophant, 5, and 20. 4 times 5 is 20. Okay. I think it's just, who knows if it means anything. It's like, okay, it's the Mouse and the Emperor. I mean, it's like, here's the Emperor. He's sitting on his throne. He's making all these judgments. He's having to run, you know, multiple countries and utilizing, I'm sure, you know, everyone around him to help accomplish that goal. As he's doing all of that, I mean, there's this little mouse skittering around in the castle, creating mischief. Like, the mouse could come and eat his clothes and make a big hole in his, you know, bottom, and he stands up and is like, ah. So in other words, the point is, you know, you might feel really small, but you aren't. Everybody has their purpose and their place. And so this week, you will, again, just be able to have that confidence, knowing that abundance is coming in, and in that you have confidence in yourself, in your boundaries. And that's what this is too, in the outcome. You are happy and confident in the place that you are, almost smug. This is where I am, this is where I'm supposed to be. So you've gone through a lot. You know, a lot of people will say to you, oh, you're just making that decision because you've been through so many heartaches, you don't know what else to do. Oh, you know, you're just depressed right now. Once you get undepressed, that won't really be your direction anymore. But you know, the angels are guiding you, your intuition is guiding you, and you are headed to the right place. So I want to take a look at the tarot for the Hierophant and get a little more clarification on the Hierophant. Okay, so 10 of Wands. So some of you have a burden having to do with government, Pisces. So, you know, some of you might be getting a divorce, going to having a lot of conflict about the election, you know, in some way being in trouble with the church, either you or someone that you know, some kind of, you know, like the 10 of Wands, so a real burden around these, you know, big business, big church, big government, big lawsuits, or bankruptcies and things like that. So to me, Libra, if it's talking about the law, comes up more with like the smaller things, like you're getting a car ticket or something. You know, Hierophant is kind of the bigger, longer, drawn out things like bankruptcies and lawsuits and those kind of things. And so, you know, here we are in this state where there's something kind of really big, and not only is it big, but it's really, you know, pulling you down on you. And then I want to get a clarification card for the Judgment. So the Judgment is that resurrection card. Oh, the Hierophant. Okay. Which is also, I think, the Taurus energy. So we can look at Taurus and Aries. I always forget what Judgment is. But we can look at Libra. So we'll look at Aries, Taurus, and Libra in the extended. And then if I think of any others, I'll add them at that time. So we have the Hierophant coming up twice. So for some of you, you know, it's a general reading. For some of you, there really is a big thing. But in this case, the big thing having to do with, you know, like a divorce, something like that, is going to bring a whole new life. It's like a resurrection. It's like, you know, the Death card can be like, you know, something ends and something else begins. Like you go from being, you know, a meat eater to a vegetarian. No, I mean, it's bigger than that, but you know what I mean. But the Judgment card to me is you are dead and you are resurrected. I mean, it's like, and it has your whole family involved in it and all of that, and it's kind of like a caterpillar that goes into the cocoon, turns into liquid, and comes out a butterfly. So it's that kind of change. This, for some of you, this Hierophant in your lives is a major change. Okay, and so let's take a look at Emperor, and then get the energies of the Emperor here. Because they're making funny noises. Okay. So we have, oh, 10 of Cups, Queen of Swords, the Horned One. I wonder why I kept going. I was doing one card, but I just felt like I was supposed to. So first of all, I mean, Emperor is 10 of Cups. So just like I was talking about, you know, creating your own boundaries, creating that space that you're able to be really happy in, no matter what anyone else says. You see that beautiful rainbow, you see rainbows and all the things. Everyone else is like, oh my goodness, you're acting like you're living in, you know, paradise in this little, what, I can't think of what it's called right now, but you know, in the Lord of the Rings and all the hobbits, you know, live in the, a little, you know, it's almost like you act like you live in this little hobbit world, you know, and we all live in the real world. And you know what? That's okay. And I think it's because it's the naysayers that may come in this week and tell you where they think you should go. But remember where you have been bound and where you have been freed. You are free now. It's the Devil card, you know. So we can look at Capricorn as well. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. We'll do Aries, Taurus, and Capricorn for the extended. Okay, so all right. All right, so thank you so much for coming over to this reading. Remember, do all those little things, and it's going to help you with this really big issue we're going to have this week. And as you do that, know that even though your life may drastically change, it's going to be better. And you know, you're feeling lonely right now. You know, you're not alone. And the universe is full of abundance. So spend time grounding and look up different ways to ground. Maybe there's some new ones that you can learn this week. Okay, so thank you so much for coming over. Please subscribe and like and share, and that'll just mean a lot, and it'll help keep this channel going even stronger and able to help more people with their hope and healing in their lives. And please come over to the extended. The link is below for that, and we'll look at the blocks, hopes and fears, advice from our higher self, and some of the zodiac signs that came up in the reading. Okay, I'll see you over at the extended.